Last night, I was a metalhead. Last night, thanks to music, a beacon of community, amidst the chaos of enthusiasm, I made unexpected friends. Last night, I found my feet. From tattered shoes, from years of misfooting, from newfound ideals once more rerouting. Last night, on top of the arms of my comrades, I found Zen, with whole chapters punched out on predictive text. Only now do I recognize the relevance. Do I understand the importance of holding the pen? Through years of misprints, scoring out with black ink, finally, in this edition, with clarity, I can finally think. Slinging my backpack into the cloakroom, I enter the venue. The stage was vacant at this time, so I fall to the bar. Waiting for the music, wearing a new outlook, ready for the moment to embrace. Encouraged, knowing no day ahead of me will be the same. A belly full of butterflies, knowing tonight was the first day of the rest of my life. Brimming with excitement, a decade through the flames, this time round, I would live it right. Breaking into the crowd, I pushed closer to the live music, attempting to strike up conversations with the other isolated incidents. In the social static, my attempts to befriend are useless. I move closer to the performance, daft and optimistic, believing my experience it could uplift. Drawn in by a vicious current, digested into the belly of the beast, the proximity amplifying my experience, the way of the metalhead measurably more intense. Approaching the stage, waiting in anticipation, standing back at the border of order, that old saying, if not now, when, the passage of time, feeling aged, feeling privileged for graduating this chapter. The denomination is 10. Taking a deep breath, falling through perceived borders, holding my nose and falling into this moment. Hands up and surrendering to an all-consuming environment. First, my glasses knock clean off my face. Then my watch is pin-pulled like a grenade's. I held my hands up in surrender. Guided with compassion, I was carried to a safe distance with such tender. In this calmer sea, I was able to recuperate. Feeling exposed in the comparative silence, I scoped out a break in the chaos, chose my moment, and dove back into the riot. Back, this time, prepared for the well-intended violence. Bruised, beat up, but feeling better for it, I welcomed the intermission. Now, holding common ground with my peers, I convene with Ellis, a bespectacled ally. We land on the topic of rental property. Only in reflection, in that environment, do I see the insanity. I decline his offer of a drink, returning from the bar, bringing me a shot anyway. Showing gratitude, I take it, getting in the metalhead spirit. I raise my glass. Happy hunting, before throwing myself into the brunt of appreciation. The same habitual patterns, around and around, again and again, though this was different. Glossed in sweat, fueled by hormones, this was a circle pit, around and around, against authority, against the majority, against complacency, was me, Elliott James Pettitt, versus a mosh pit, arms flailing, others' patience feigning, like a literal dog against a spitfire in a dogfight. I was failing, backwards like a kickflip to the heel, vulnerable like a fatigued mouse making that pesky cat's meal. I managed pissing off fellow moshers for a surprising number of circuits before I was taken out. I hit the floor and expected the theory of the pit to trample me, but no. All those people were just like me. They created space. The same hand that struck me down raised me up. Protected by an armor of metalheads, we shared a moment. Looking back into my fish-out-of-water eyes was a mohawk-wielding individual. The warmth in my heart I felt for him was mirrored, and we embraced. His compassion was uplifting. Over his shoulders, He passed me back like a parcel, over the heads of my peers, piled along like a king, carried across the crowd like royalty, across the crowd with priority, as if the floor was lava, as if, for the relevance of myself, they'd give their lives. I continued on and on, until my support simply stopped. To the sticky floor I met defeat. Quickly hauled out by security, it transpired I was the only sacrifice. Throwing fist and accepting my life. This chaos is it. Astounded, though also grateful, an epiphany would come guised in a mosh pit. Now, with confidence, residing in the present, ready and awoken for the next bit.